Today, we're taking a flat 2D image of a chess pawn and turning it into a real plastic injected part using FDM 3D printed molds. Instead of opening a traditional CAD program like Fusion or SolidWorks, we start by generating a clean, high contrast image of a black chess pawn using ChatGPT. This single image becomes our starting point. No dimensions, no sketches, just a visual reference of a classic part. Now we download this image and navigate to our next step on item3d.ai, which will turn our image into a 3D model. And this is where things get interesting. I have the option to either upload the single image, or, for better accuracy, I can upload multiple images from different angles. This gives the software more information to work with and results in a more accurate 3D shape. In this case, I'm going to use the simpler image to 3D option as I want to test how well the AI system can actually predict the overall shape of the image. Next, we need to choose the model version. For a while, I was using their older V1.5 model, but Hitem just released their V2.0 model, which is a major upgrade. It includes unified texture generation, higher fidelity reconstruction, and optimization for full color 3D printing. For this build, I'm using the 1536p Pro resolution. It's the highest quality they offer, and it's my preferred setting because it gives commercial print-ready resolution. So let's generate our file. After a couple minutes, the file is ready for inspection. It actually came out really nice, and the AI did a great job predicting the entire shape and making it symmetrical. Sometimes, depending on the complexity of your shape, you may need to create a few variations, but in this case, this one looks perfect. So now we have a usable 3D pawn without having drawn a single sketch in CAD. And that's really the strength of Hitem 3D. It's not trying to replace high-end CAD tools. It's just about speed, getting from idea to geometry as fast as possible without needing a lot of skill. So now I can just download the STL file, and we can move on to the next step, which is creating 3D printable molds. For a lot of beginners, this is usually a challenging task, and that's why our team at ActionBox has developed a simple software that instantly creates molds from your STL files. Let me show you how it works. I open the app and upload the STL file. Instantly, I'm given a 3D preview of my part relative to the two mold halves. If needed, I can scale the part or just make it auto-fit. I'm also going to rotate the part 180 degrees so that the thicker base connects to the injection channel. You'll see what I mean in a bit. If all looks good, then I can click Analyze Planes and our algorithm will automatically recommend the most optimal parting plane for a successful injection. From there, I simply generate my mold with a click of a button, and within seconds they're ready to be downloaded and 3D printed. You can see that the molds have an injection and venting channel, and are designed to perfectly fit inside our aluminum mold backers, which can be used with INJEKTO 3. You can also run an injection simulation, and if your part is not demoldable, the system will actually warn you and show you a visual heat map. It's super cool, I recommend you check it out. Now I just export the molds and I get these clean files that I can upload to my 3D printer slicer software. I'm going to be printing these molds on my Bamboo H2S. My absolute favorite filament to use for molds is either PPA-CF or PET-CF by SirayaTech. For this project, I'm going to use PPA-CF as it has proven durable in the past. Let's open it up. SirayaTech has the best value carbon fiber infused materials that I've ever found, so I highly recommend their filament to anyone 3D printing molds. Now, the catch with these filaments is that you have to dry them or else your print quality will be bad. In order to do this, I use the Sunlu AMS heaters which sit right on top of my Bamboo Lab heaters. I tried to buy the AMS 2 because it has a built-in heater, but it was no good since the heater doesn't turn on in the middle of a print. So let's open one of these up, where as you can see I've already dried out a spool of PPA-CF filament. We're gonna swap it out for the one we just opened. Then you can install the dried filament on the external filament site for the Bamboo H2S, and we're ready to start printing our plastic injection molds. Now, these plastics do not warp much at all, and they're known to be dimensionally stable. But using Elmer's glue on the table will make them stick really well, and I've never actually had an issue printing them with the Bamboo printers. The print took about 7 hours, and it's looking really nice so far. When it's done, I just pop it right out and start the next print. You can see that even at 0.18mm layer height, It came out really nice. For some reason, these carbon fiber filaments don't leave layer marks. So there we go. Let's wait for our second print. Alrighty, we've got both mold halves done and they look absolutely awesome. I'm excited to give them a try. The first step is to bring out INJEKTO 3, place the molds in the mold backers, and close it really tight. I then place the mold backer on the mold lifter. For this injection, I'll be using our EasyFlow PP pellets, which work great with INJEKTO. I then raise the mold into the nozzle to ensure a tight fit, and press the green button to inject the hot plastic, and the red button to lift the injection ram. I then lower the mold and open it up. Wow, this part turned out really nice. It's crazy that we were able to make this from an AI-generated 2D image. This entire workflow shows why tools like Item 3D are exciting. If you're iterating quickly and testing ideas, turning an image into an STL in minutes is a massive advantage. Is it perfect? Not yet, but compared to starting from scratch in CAD, this is much faster. If you want to try this workflow yourself, I highly recommend checking out Item 3D and our Action Box Mold Maker. All the links are in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.